Welcome to Storytime with Chief, brought to you by E1T1 Entertainment. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you enjoy the episode, feel free to hit the Cash App. Any donation is highly appreciated. Peace. What up, y'all? Welcome back to
Yo,
Storytime with Chief. And today, I have a guest that I interviewed on the E1T1 podcast, and it went crazy. Bro, Lucain is in the building. Round of applause, round of
what's
applause.
good? What's going
Peace,
on? What's
King.
going on?
I'm
Chief, what's
well, man.
good, bro?
A lot, my brother. A lot has happened
hmm
since we spoke.
I know. I
You
seen. I
feel me?
seen. I seen. I seen.
My
Congratulations
man.
on tying the knot.
Thank
Congratulations.
you, my brother.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I definitely appreciate that, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely appreciate seeing the union. I definitely appreciate that. So proud of y'all.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna let
Word
my
up.
wife know. She in the next room. You feel me? Like, yo, babe,
Yeah. Yeah.
Pyro said congratulations.
Yep. Yep. Facts. Yeah.
Man. And I know this is gonna sound like an excuse, but I know that each one teach one. Storytime
Yeah.
with Chief, core fan base. I appreciate y'all so much because I know y'all like, man, this dude Chief is so back and forth, wishy-washy with this podcast game and not putting the talents that God gave him to use. But like my bro Pyro said, like 2025 has been year of the Chiefs. Life's been lifing. Weddings are expensive. Making a,
More than it's ever been.
you know what I'm saying? And we did a micro wedding, something small. And it was still, but
Exactly.
that's no excuse, right? Made an honest woman
Yeah.
out of
Nah.
my
Yeah.
soulmate.
Yeah, that's all that happens.
You know what I mean? Made an honest woman out
Yeah,
of my soulmate, but now I'm ready.
yeah.
Back
As
to
long as
business.
it, as long as it was for y'all two, that's really all that matters. Because everyone else is just support. But if it was good for y'all two, and
Yes,
that's
sir.
really all that matters, bro. That's really all
Each
that
one
matters,
teach
man.
one. I appreciate
That's
that,
it.
man. But
That's it.
Pyro, how has 2025 been for you? Because even though I was away from the podcast realm, I was still
Yeah,
tuning in. And I see
yeah,
Pyro working. And I'm just sharing. Every time I see you drop, I'm sharing. So talk to me
yeah.
since our last interview. What's been good with Pyro Lucain?
Honestly, since our last interview, bro, I just really been working, man. I just really been just pushing out all the ideas that I may have had from that point or ones that just came along the way, really. And I just really been focusing on like branding and exposure and like, things that's like I want to say like a subculture, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Have something like outside of music real quick that I'm really into. I'm saying like fashion, I'm saying. So, this the SWVT, you know what I'm saying?
I
Not
need
for the
that.
algorithm joint.
Let me know
Yeah,
when I
nah.
got purchase. Let me
Yeah, nah,
know.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. After this, I got you, bro. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
but yeah, bro. So really, I just been focusing on really just branding and and just exposure and really just getting my business right. Like, making sure like paperwork and um LLCs, taxes and things of that nature, like
Mm.
all the things that, we talk about but we don't want to do, but we end up doing when it's too late. So, me and my team, we definitely got everything back right with the business.
Yes, sir.
Just been
You know what's
just
crazy
really
though?
doing everything.
Nah, go ahead, go
What's
ahead,
up?
go ahead. Before
No,
I
no, no,
had a
no, no, no.
follow-up
Go ahead.
question.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
In our first interview, right, it was mostly surrounded about your music and all
Yeah.
of the other artists that you've produced for. So when the Pyro Lucain episode was a discussion about your transition from a producer to more so into an overall artist, not just a rapper. And since that conversation now, I feel like it's going from, okay, I'm a producer slash rapper, but now I'm a designer. Now I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my LLCs. We didn't get to touch on that in the first interview.
Yeah.
Did what brought that into the light for you now? Like, was it an opportunity you missed on or a bag that got fumbled? Like, to be real business focused now. Like, I'm not just a producer or artist. I'm a businessman.
I didn't want to miss any bags. I didn't want to miss any opportunities because of me not having my paperwork or me and my team. not ready. Like as far as just as simple, just as simple as having your LLC active, like things of that, like, you know what I'm saying? Just something as simple as that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like not
sir.
even getting into having all the business accounts and things of that nature. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm like store. It's a whole bunch of things going on, but I do know like, some things and whatnot with, with me having to, redo paperwork and go back and retrace some steps and stuff like that. So, we done actually done been through as far as like getting everything back up and running. Now it's just having it stated and not
Mm,
miss out on any opportunity. So that was the main thing. And also too, another thing too is taking myself more serious.
mm.
So that was like as far as the music, yeah, like that's one thing. But as far as in the business, like once you start going further into the music business, like, in the first couple seconds on how you talk, they could tell that you don't got everything together. Like, you know what I'm
Got you.
saying? So they could tell. So,
And take
you know,
advantage.
exactly. So I want to have everything already going in. So it's like they talking to me different. They treating me different. Like, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
By like you know what I'm saying? So having my business right was the most important thing because you're not gonna talk to me or anybody who I'm doing business with or my
My
team any
circle.
type of
Yes,
way.
sir.
Yeah, any type of
I'm
way.
with
So
you.
we just got down and we got made sure everything was right. Now we just building. That's it.
Damn, man. Like I thought you were locked in the last time we had the interview, but you were just like music, putting the music out, putting the music out, putting the music out. And now it's like, yo, I need to make sure I'm standing on business. Make sure my business is right, my team is right, I got the right people around me, and we moving forward. With that,
Hmm.
what's new with Pyro? Talk to me. Aside from you standing on business, what's been new with Pyro?
What you mean as far as like
Music,
music, music,
producing.
I
We're gonna
so
start with music, then we're gonna go into the fashion.
so when it comes to the music, I got a single drop in on October 15th called Angel Numbers. So for the ones who actually know, I actually did a direct to consumer project back in April called From the Soul. So which is obviously now on everywhere now on
Yeah, all
streaming platforms.
DSPs.
Yeah, so right, so that was the first test of me doing the direct to consumer, and it actually worked out better than I thought.
That's what
So
hold on right there. Direct
okay,
to consumer, right?
yeah,
Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. As I look at my
rest in peace.
Crenshaw
Yeah,
skateboard right there, I remember Nipsey had the Proud to Pay
mm-hmm,
hashtag new rules. And
mm-hmm,
a lot of my favorite artists, yourself included, are doing
mm-hmm,
direct to consumer because
mm-hmm.
of the DSPs, paperwork, percentages, and all of that. So talk to me about, nothing too financial. We ain't
Yeah,
pocket
yeah, yeah,
watching, but you
yeah. Nah,
said that
nah.
it worked, it turned out better than you thought. The direct to
Mm-hmm,
consumer. So
uh-huh,
what made you want to take that step? Because when I heard Pyro, I was on
uh-huh.
Spotify in the
Yeah,
gym, bumping
yeah,
every Pyro album to be prepared for that industry, that interview, that conversation. So
yeah.
direct to consumers like, nah, fuck that. You got to come to me for it. Why'd you want to take that step?
I honestly wanted to take that step to see who actually really supports me because with the streaming, that's like the casual listener. That's
Mm,
like the casual fan. So, you know what I'm saying? Like fans is different from supporters.
mm.
Fans can switch up on you tomorrow. A supporter
Yes,
is
sir.
is gonna be with you however it goes
Yes,
because you
sir.
actually you actually supply something to them. And with me, and then I said, and then also like with this already kind of being arisen as a thought like years before, but I feel like I wasn't at the time when it was brought to me. Like I actually wasn't ready yet because I actually didn't know the audience and I was just only producing. So
Got it.
I was able to get away with like not really doing direct to consumer type of things because I'm not because I wasn't rapping at the time. But now when it comes to me making the beat, writing the songs, recording and all that, like that actually takes time. And you want to see something, meaning money, like,
Absolutely.
like, what I'm saying, like out of
For
it.
your work.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So it's like, and then you gotta sit and think. It's like we actually pay these platforms and we pay these like blogs to get on these websites. We pay all this money to get on, like, just for your joint, just for everybody to listen for free.
Mm,
Like, that don't make sense. Like,
at all.
you gotta bring it back from when we was kids. It's like when we seen videos, we wanted to run out to get the album because that was the only way we heard it, unless it's on bootleg.
Absolutely.
But you still had to buy the bootleg.
Yeah. Facts. You still had to
You
buy the bootleg.
$5. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 3 for 10. I'm saying 4 for 20. You know what I'm saying? I'm a
Yeah.
mixtape baby. So I know.
Absolutely.
So now I started then. So I'm like, all right. So let's just do it. I say, you know what? Like, let's do it. And I was kind of feeling different about the project anyway. Like, it was more like From the Soul was definitely something like, personal, even though all my projects is personal, but that was like something like really like personal, obviously From the Soul, but it goes beyond that. But I wanted to do something different and also have you looked at as not just somebody who's doing it just because, like, I'm serious about it. Like, people actually paying for the stuff.
Yes,
So
sir.
once you put a price tag on it, people start coming in, that's when people start valuing your stuff. So really, I say all that to say, I wanted to be valued in the space where I'm at.
Absolutely. And it did well. So now we up to angel numbers now.
So angel numbers now. So now From the Soul was on Even, which is a new fairly new direct to consumer platform that Russell and pretty much everybody uses now. But he
Okay.
was the one
Even?
that he but yeah, even
Okay.
dot biz. So
Okay.
he was the one that made it known. But now I'm actually in with this new company out of Arizona called Scribe Streaming. So it's basically like the same format, but this time you actually gotta like subscribe to me to get the music. You gotta
Mm,
literally like actually brings it in like a little bit further, and also like
absolutely.
you get paid off the subscribers.
Send me
So
that so I can subscribe. Send me
yeah,
that.
like
Brings your
feel me.
core
So
following with you.
exactly. So
Let's go.
and also I'm gonna still have angel numbers on Even as well. So it's only gonna be direct to consumer for 2 weeks, and then I'm gonna put it on streaming. So
Okay.
but yeah.
No
So
middleman. First quarters, no
nah,
middleman.
not at all. Experiences and things as well. Really is gonna be like I want to say like I don't want to really say like my version of like the purple tape, but it's like a collab project. Like
I
it's like
got you.
like Ghost and Ray was going back and forth. It's more
Yeah.
so like I'm like rapping like obviously like I'm talking about what I'm talking about, but she's coming in after reinforcing it. Like, you know what I'm
With
saying?
her kind of experiences with poetry,
Yes.
bringing like
Yep.
life to the song.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
fire.
Oh, so really, so that right there is gonna be direct to consumer. That's gonna be on Scribe and on Even as well. So shout out to Scribe Streaming. Like shout out to Aaliyah over there. I want to say she is the talent manager, or she's the operations manager over there, or but she's like the day to day over there. So, and also like one of the people that actually like the artist that got me over there was my sis Kaylee Roselle, because she's over there.
Shout
So, you
out.
know what I mean? Yeah, big shout out to sis. So, you know what I'm saying? So she over there, so she ended up linking me over there. So now it makes more sense. So now I got more to work with. So it's gonna be on Even and on Scribe. So even if you don't want to be on Scribe, I could just send you the link on Even. You could just cop directly and it's on your phone. And we're gonna be working on some form of physical copies as well. So,
That is dope, bro. But even with
yeah.
everything you just told me, right?
Yeah.
All I think about the effect that's gonna have on record labels when everyone starts thinking like Pyro. Cause we got social media, we got our
Mhm.
phones, we got our laptops. You make your own
Mhm.
beats, you make your
That's a
own
fact.
artwork, you make your own clothes. Why
Yeah.
do I need this label again for like publishing? I could build my own fan base on TikTok.
Mhm.
Soon there's not gonna
And
really be
yeah.
a need for them.
That's a fact. And also too, like I got and like I got my own publishing company, Firehouse Publishing. So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like
Firehouse
I mean,
Publishing.
yeah, so it's just like, you know what I mean? Just and for the artists who don't know, like that's 200% on the publishing. I
Mm,
100, 200%. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why they say publishing is huge because you're getting more
absolutely.
off the publishing than you would off the master. So, and with me, I'm getting both. So you already know what
Both.
type of money that is.
Both.
Like you
Money
already know what type of
forever.
money that is.
Money
Exactly.
forever.
Exactly. So
Mailbox money.
and with me writing, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? So, and also too, shout out to my cousin Money Montage, because he definitely ended up getting me a publishing and admin situation as well, which is
Yeah, you got the right
important for
team.
producers.
Your team
Yeah,
sound official.
that's what I'm saying. So, which is important for artists and producers, like who got big records that's like streaming. Like you would definitely want to like look into a admin situation because they're the ones that actually go get the bread that you can't get or you have no knowledge of. So and they come back to you and say, here, boom. So
Man,
it's
like,
not. It's even though like it's even though I'm actually giving like the fast version, but like even though it's actually more steps to that, but I'm
yeah.
just I'm just letting it be known that it's money out there. You just got to know what avenue.
Man, you giving a lot of game right now, right? But you mentioned a name where you kind of caught wind of the game from. La
Yeah,
Russell.
yeah.
This is someone that I see on social media all the time telling people, yo, do it on your own.
You
Do
know
it
what's
on your
crazy?
own.
You know what's crazy? Before La Russell, like I already had the knowledge due to prior knowledge. So meaning what I say as far as like prior knowledge, like, you know, one of my mentors, like, you know what I'm saying, his name is OB, and
I think
he
we
will
spoke
base
about him in your first
yeah, right,
interview.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Go
right,
ahead. Go
yeah.
ahead.
So boom, that was in my like my teenage years, stuff like that, whatever, like going into my 20s and stuff like that, him teaching us about publishing and and direct to consumer and how you can wheel people in by giving people royalty points to your project if they buy a certain package and stuff like that. He actually
Fire.
had that idea 2 years, a year and a half before La Russell brought that to the forefront.
Yeah.
When he brought it, so when he forefront, I'm like, damn, like, all right, cool, like this is something. So, but even with that, I knew I still had to build.
Yeah,
I still
absolutely.
had to
Get
build
the
my
fan
awareness.
base. Yeah, and
Yeah,
awareness.
so I had to build that. So it's like so now. And like I said, even having more knowledge with my uncles and them back in like in the mid to late '90s, selling CDs out the trunk and stuff like that, like
You
pulling up
saw that
different
in real
places.
time when you was in the city
I used
before
to
you
help them.
moved. That's
I used to help them. Like I was a kid, like helping them, like
yeah.
running up on people trying to sell CDs and all that. Da, da, da. Like I like all like the hand to hand like guerrilla marketing and all of that. Was like I was on that. I was a part of that.
Man.
But I will say, as time went on, they tried to sell us that the streaming and the technology way was better. And as we see, it's not because
It's
it's not
not.
translating to ticket sales, it's not translating to actually real life
Album
tangible
sales.
things. Album
Yeah.
sales, like tangible things.
Yeah.
So when it
Man.
came to that, I was like, I gotta, because I know for the type of artist I am, like I gotta connect with my people in real time. Like I gotta see you. Like, what I'm saying, to let people know like there's like, dudes out here like me that's really present.
Tapped in.
Exactly. It was kind of no other way for me to do it because the streaming was it's like, as like who said this? Sauce Walker. He was like, streaming is like compound interest. So it's like
Mm.
real estate. It's over
Yeah.
time.
It's over time.
But in the real time, making these shirts, like, selling your music directly. If you have shows, obviously the tickets, all the things we hear when it comes to direct to consumer, like all the things we hear. So I
It's a
was
different
like,
time. That's how you get your money now. It's a different
exactly.
time.
But
Unless the Def
it was
Jam give you 100 mil or 5 mil to sign,
nah,
and they ain't doing
nah.
stuff like that no more.
They would rather want to deal with somebody who's multifaceted like me, but it's more so
Absolutely.
there was more so I would have to, like I said, that's a whole nother step of awareness. Like, whole like is just being more visible. But like I was going towards that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm about to walk this way and let's see what happens. Cause I honestly just want to create, get my business right, take care of my family, and put what I got out into the world and just have it come back.
Man, that's a great segue to my next question, right? Because I'm a fan of Pyro Lucain. For our first
Mhm.
interview, I had to listen to 3 albums. Then I
Yeah.
disappeared. Then I disappeared to handle life, right? But hearing you speak this big business, direct to consumer life and journey, when I think about everything you do as an artist, what's like your finish line look like? Do you want a record deal? Do you want to, like, as a producer, as a writer, as a rapper, when you're already making your own clothes, making your own beats? I'm
Mhm.
sure your team helping you with the pro tools, so your engineering's on point. You already have your own publishing.
Mhm.
I mean, the record label gonna give me money.
Mhm.
I gotta pay back in with interest at this point. And I guess they could have your presence broad all over more. You know what I mean? Promotion.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we also have social media for that. Like when I think about
Yeah.
Pyro Lucain and his first
Yeah.
interview, we was talking about the way you put real life situations you've been through in your music and then use
Yeah.
them as album titles and then working with this person, working with that person, producing for this person, that person, like legends. When I talk to Pyro now, second interview, like, what does Pyro really want out of this music game?
Honestly, like that's a great question because I actually go back and forth with it because a lot of things then change even since from that point. So like right now, like really to answer your first question, like
Yes,
I
sir.
would actually I would actually do work with a label, but it would have to be like 50-50 split. Like we'll be in control of what we got, you like, you know what I'm saying? Because all they're doing is outsourcing. So really technically speaking, like I would actually do that just to know who they're working with. And then
I got you.
after the term is over, it's like, all right, like now it's like, oh, I could just pay whatever I got to y'all, and y'all could do the do the same thing.
Yeah.
Why? Like, let's go.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
you know what I
go.
mean? So if it's a situation where it's like where the terms is where the terms is good, where terms is like where they're fair to the point where meaning I like, my team, like we all negotiated to like, all right, this is what it is. If all of us say, all right, we good, I'm on it. Cause I ain't gonna cause really because my decision could really affect all of us.
Mm,
So it's like
very true.
I can't even really even think about wanting to go into these spots because it's like now like I don't want nobody feeling like, or everybody feeling like we can't move how we used to. Like when it comes to business wise, we got to
Moving
sit
as
and
a
wait on
unit.
this, on that. Like, nah, like we still want to have the control. Y'all just giving us the platform.
Mm,
Like,
I like
like
that.
that's it.
We
Like
still
if
want
we
the
can't have,
control. Y'all just give us the
yeah,
platform.
yeah, we still have the control, but you got the platform. However, we could meet in the middle with that, like where it makes sense, then we could talk. But if it's a situation where it's not like that, no.
We good.
We just gonna keep doing it the same way because it's like at that point, once you come in to meet me, I'm already lit.
Yeah.
Cause they not meet you if you're not lit.
If you're not lit, that's a fact. It's when you
So
got your own buzz, they come looking for you.
it's like Alright, like, whatever. I like who online too? I'll get back to them. Like, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Like that's how I'm gonna play it, like, cause that's
Yes,
how it's gonna end
sir.
up being. So it's like at that point, like I done already got the infrastructure, already we done got everything rolling. Like, so
What I need you for?
yeah, like unless if you got something to where that I can't get to where I'm at, and then we all huddle up like, all right, so what do we feel about this?
Yes, sir. What do we feel about this? My
What do
team.
we feel about this? So, you know
See,
what I'm
the
saying?
pyro I'm talking to right now is different. Not that you weren't with the inclusive mindset when we did the
Yeah,
first interview, but that
yeah,
first interview was like Mark Wahlberg, Lone Survivor, when you pulled up. Like, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. You spoke about all your mentors. You spoke about
yeah,
the people on your team, but right now it's like, nah, I'm not moving without them. Before, I'm
yeah.
not saying that you were, but you were like, you had your hand, you were wearing many hats. You had your hand in every kitchen. Like, I'm making my beats, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, I got a tea coming soon. I
Mm-hmm,
designed it, I make it. You were literally making it. The shirts. You was like, I
mm-hmm,
got my own spot. But now I feel like you're outsourcing responsibilities.
mm-hmm.
And that allows you to zone and lock in on the talent.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
got
coach
told
can't
years
play,
ago,
you know what
facts.
I mean?
Yeah.
The coach can't play every position. You need a point guard, you need a center. And I feel like you got that now. Not saying you didn't have it when we first
Mm-hmm,
spoke, but now
mm-hmm.
it feels like we here.
But you know what though? You know what though? When when we first spoke, I was like just figuring everything out when it comes to
Okay.
the overall business. Now I'm an artist now. Now this is a whole different thing. I'm coming from behind the drum machine and things of that nature or whatever. So now it's like I'm not waiting on I'm not like waiting on an artist to get me lit, like as far
Mm,
as like production.
yeah. Take it, you needing your
So
beats. I got
yeah,
it.
so it's and then on top of that though, around that time, like people may not see it, but it was like a dry point for me when it came to placements and stuff like that. So
Okay,
it may
okay.
it may not have seemed like it because I had done did a lot of work prior and it was just resurfacing.
Yes.
I definitely thank God for that because had I not been doing all that work before I met you, and then like the can't loses and all that,
Come on. Come on.
because by the time you get the can't lose, that's already a 2 3 year old song.
Wow. Okay. I didn't even know that.
That's what I'm saying. So I already had
Wow.
so it's by the time you heard it, like which was the first time you probably had interviewed Cello and you
Cello.
had all right, so at that time, it was already 2 years old. So,
Wow.
it was already like that's all the work that I had did prior. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes, sir.
and then on top of that, like it was in the coach ad with Nigel Sylvester and cello and shit
Yeah.
like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
but that was back in 2020. So
Okay.
it
Okay.
yeah, so by the time you got to the song, it was already but
Viral.
honestly though, yeah, it was but it's still going
Viral.
though. It's
Yeah,
still
still.
bubbling.
That's one of
Still
my
going.
favorite joints. Still.
Still
Cello
going.
outside. Big Queens.
Shout
Like,
yo,
and it starts
shout out
with
to my big
Pyro
Queens brothers, man.
Lucain. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, King. The floor is yours.
Shout out to my big Queens brothers, man. Shout out to Cello. Shout out to shout out to Rod Dollar. Shout out to shout out to Stan. Also, he had the walk. I want to say it was the Enable joint. It was the Enable marathon that he had out in it was Flushing Meadows or whatever. And I want to say it was like a walk for like the disabled, like people whatever.
Fire.
But instead of saying like the disabled, it was like able or
Enable.
something like that. Yeah, enable. Yeah, there you go.
Let's go.
Enable that as
Enable. Let's go.
dope,
Empower.
dope, dope as fuck. Like and
Fire.
also just like seeing my guys over there, like working as a unit, like low key, like that shit pushes me to go even harder because I mean, like those the guys. So it's just like, you know what I mean? So I like
Absolutely.
that shit just motivates me. Like I be telling Chels every chance I get, proud of bro and all the shit, like, you know what I mean, all the things that he done been through. Now he's up to where he's at. And I'm saying he was just in the Mass Appeal joint. And I'm saying him and Rod
Yeah.
Dollar, they were just in Mass Appeal.
Yeah.
And shout out
Cosmic
to my
Kev in Philly with Benny the Butcher. Had Benny in Queens.
exactly. So, you know what I'm saying? So with and with him, and then like, and also just recently being in the Mass Appeal magazine, that shit is dope too. And also shout out to my brother Johnny Empire because because Mass Appeal and Marvel had dropped their first hip hop comic. And he was the overseer of that. So
Yo,
shout out to
that's crazy.
other Johnny Empire, man. Me and him got a project together. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Pyro
shout out to my
working.
peoples.
Yeah.
Shout,
And you saying shout out to
shout out to
Big
my
Queens.
peoples.
Man, you affiliate. Like, I'm a Big Queens affiliate. And I'm
Yeah,
from Brooklyn. You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
Like,
Nah, that's like that right there is family. So it's just like I
facts.
always gotta shout, like I always gotta shout them out, always. And also too, like shout out to my brothers in New Haven too. Like shout out to Bugatti 203, shout out to GQ the Prince, shout out to my brody JP, shout out to at Matrix, shout out to my boy Super Sunny. Shout out to the
Yes,
whole
sir.
wave. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like those, I'm
sir.
saying, like, I'm saying those are my brothers too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we all, I'm saying we all came out together. Shout out to my bros in Albany. You know what I'm saying? Like Tristan Burrell, KJ, my cousin Chaz Money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like all my family. Like, you know what
Man,
I'm saying?
Pyro well known, man. Pyro out here. Pyro
Tri-state,
well
baby. You know what I
known.
mean?
Let's
And so,
go.
and
I'm good in
I
Queens.
didn't
I'm
even,
good in New Haven. Like, what's good?
and it's crazy
And
because
Brooklyn. I'm here
shout,
with the Zoes.
shouts out to my brother Tyreek in Brooklyn.
Let's go.
East
Salute.
Rutland Road. Shouts out to my brother, like it's my brother.
Yes,
Shout out
sir.
to you. Like shouts out to Wolf.
Absolutely.
Shout out to my brother
Yeah.
Xavier out in Brooklyn. Like shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm
And
just
we been was
really
supposed to link up when you came back here too.
yeah,
Off
yeah,
the
yeah,
clock. We
yeah.
gonna make it happen.
Yeah,
Grab a drink.
bro.
You know that. Grab a
Man,
drink.
it's so much going on. Like it's so I'm you see how I move. So it's just like that ain't about nothing.
Yes, sir.
That ain't about nothing. So like really
Man,
just staying connected, bro. Like that's the key.
always. Always. And you going to work. You got your mission, and I know you gonna break the door down. And when that door go down, like you gonna call everybody, like, yo, we out. Well, let's run
Yeah.
in. That's a
Nah.
fact. You got your team and you affiliated with everyone, right? But now
Yeah.
I want to make it left. And I want to talk about hip hop right now. And I want Pyro's input on a couple of things that's happening in the media right now, right? So I was listening to a podcast and they were like, yo, there's really no money in hip hop. That's why all these rappers are starting podcasts now. And I'm like, yo, I mean, it is what it is. The podcast game is for everyone, the same way the rap game was for everyone. And it's like I guess legacy acts. That's what they call them as a way to disrespect them, but they still active. People like
Very
Jim
active.
Jones.
Uh-huh.
He's active. He's rapping.
Very active.
I don't know about that comment he made about Nas, but still, he had a great album. 2020, Capo got me through COVID.
Uh-huh.
I was in the gym to El Capo. That's a fire album.
That joint goes ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, like that. See, that body of work right there, like that's like he here. like
you
like
feel
he
me?
here. Like he and then from that point he would just keep just going crazy.
Consistent.
But that right there, like a
El
lot of like
Capo.
it's funny because people who actually listen to Jimmy, they will actually say like, nah, like El Capo was crazy. Like that, like
El
that shit was
Capo.
crazy. Yeah.
I think would you say that is his classic? El Capo?
He has a couple classes under his belt though. He as
Which ones? Come
it's
on.
funny. He got a couple. Like we can't sit here and be
Classics.
like
Pyro, you a hip hop historian.
Diary of a Summer ain't a
Classic.
classic? Diary of a Summer?
It's
Summer
fire.
of Miami? Summer of Miami? Come on, bro. Like, you know, like,
Yeah, yeah.
feel me, like, we fly high, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, wait, hold on. Either that was on the Hustlers P on Me album. Now, see, now
Yeah.
Hustlers P on Me, now that is crazy.
It's fire.
Jimmy, so we could actually put Jimmy in his own category of having some joints. Like, he
Nah, he
got albums
do.
as joints. Yeah, he got
Absolutely.
joints. Yeah, we not gonna sit here and act like he don't got joints, because he do. Like,
He
and
do.
on top of that, if you go back to the Diplomatic Immunity album, like the first one, the double disc, like on some of them joints, he was kind of
He was
going crazy.
rapping.
He was cooking.
Yeah, nah, he was.
Like,
He was. He
he was
was.
cooking.
He
Going back,
was.
but back then we were so used to the premier rappers like Cam and G
Cam.
Wells. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we wasn't, and we seen Jimmy, and we was like,
And then they had Bird Gang. They had Uncasa, who I
yeah.
interviewed. Shout out Uncasa. Hell
Shout out to Two
Rel,
Gun
40 Cal.
Hell Rel, 40
You
Cal.
feel me?
You know what I'm
Dipset
saying? Like,
was
Duke the God, all of that. Like,
Duke the God.
shit was very, very prevalent. So, like, Jimmy got joints.
But to say
it,
he's better than Nas, every artist is supposed
I
to
would
say
never
that.
say that.
Okay.
The
He
artist,
can
every
say it
artist,
though.
yeah, because it's competitive.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna sit here and lie and act like I never said I wasn't better than this producer.
No,
Like,
of
I'm not gonna
course. You're
sit
supposed
here
to
and
have that
lie.
confidence.
Like,
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say I never told a producer I was better than you in their face. Like, I can't sit here and lie and say I never did that. I did.
Yeah.
So it's
Of
like,
course.
so I get it, but his levels though, it's
Mm,
like you got Jimmy. Like, I definitely rock with Jimmy, but when you got
me too.
Godson, it's like, you got Nas, it's just
Different.
like he told the story backwards, and also told himself as a gun. It's like,
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. 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 I'm not gonna argue with you. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't argue that. Like, he told a story backwards, and he made himself as a gun
Yeah. As an
fluently.
analogy, the whole song.
Like, fluent, it was fluent. For the ones who don't know, is I Gave You Power. That's the one who made himself as a gun, and the other one is called Rewind on Stillmatic. Those are the, yeah. So, but Jimmy
But
got joints.
we agree. Yes, you're right. Jimmy got
Yes, he has
joints.
joints. He has joints. He has joints. But to his competitiveness, he could say that. But would
Yeah,
I say that? No,
that's it. I respect it. Me
I
neither.
can't say that.
Because
I can't
Nas
say
is in
that.
my top 5.
He's my number one.
Look at that. He's your number 1.
Yeah,
Look at
like,
that. You feel me? But I respect Jim Jones and that El Capo album.
hell yeah.
That's a certif from every song.
I respect Jimmy for actually keeping the bird in the air, the Dipset bird.
Mm.
I respect it,
You
because
see
the ones
everything
who,
happening with that?
yeah,
It's for you to say that, because even with him trying to keep the bird in the air, shout out Cam, Killer
yeah,
Cam.
yeah,
He
yeah,
get mad
yeah.
love from the pod. He showed us
Hell
love.
yeah.
Mace, brother shit.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
honestly, that
You
right
stay out
there
of it.
is, yeah, that's actually deeper than what the camera,
Yeah.
that's something that you
That's
don't even
brother
speak
shit.
on. Yeah,
Exactly.
they're gonna end up
I
handling that.
respect that.
They're gonna end up
Yeah.
handling that. Like, you could tell that's really like brother stuff. Like, they're gonna end up, if it ain't today, tomorrow, in the months, they're gonna end up handling that.
Yo, that's
Like,
real insightful. That's how I know, man. Like, your
like,
OGs did right by you to know, yo, I ain't getting involved in brother shit.
nah, like,
Not.
yeah, cause you could tell. Cause all like, oh, it Cam said, oh, you ain't from Harlem, da da da. You came around, like, that's something that you would try to prove to somebody that who you was close with, to try to make a point.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
like, man, like, I remember when you was such and such. I remember when you da 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 da. Like,
Yeah.
that's all brother. That's all emotional stuff. It's like, so when it comes to that, I, especially in this game, trying to go in, leave that alone.
Yeah.
Like, just me, like, and that's another thing. People get folks, like, not saying you, but the, like, people that's inside the game that having their
They feed
opinions.
off of that for
Nah,
clicks.
yeah, nah, because that right there comes back to haunt you, like, business
Absolutely.
wise. So Nah, I keep that
Yeah,
like,
that's not
nah,
what I
like,
do. I leave that for
yeah, nah, I know,
academics.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You feel me? I leave that for
Yeah,
academics.
we not even gonna touch on that dude.
Ah,
We not gonna touch on him.
yeah, man.
Nah,
I don't want any profit from seeing my brothers kill each other.
nah.
Being
Yeah,
on
with
that.
that
This is the
whole
Each One
with that
Teach One
whole
podcast.
facts. With the whole Cam and Jim situation, that's strictly family stuff. They gonna work that out how they gonna work that out.
Stay
Like,
out of family business. Nobody wins
yeah,
when the family feuds.
nah. They gonna
You
they gonna
feel
get that
me?
right. They gonna get that
So
right.
always. So Jim just started Artist to Artist podcast. Now I
Which
think
I
one of my favorite rappers, Fab, Fab,
mhm.
yo, it's Brooklyn. I think he has a podcast now starting too. We already know Joe Budden been had a podcast. And I'm like, yo, this podcast game about to get real competitive. Cause all the
Honestly though,
rappers. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
honestly, yeah, nah, I'm definitely sorry to cut you off, but
Nah, nah, go ahead.
honestly,
It's your
honestly,
show.
honestly, it's giving different perspectives. You gotta think. We had mad different rappers to listen to. Now
Mm,
we got these same rappers who we grew up off of. Now they could tell certain stories and insight about certain things that, that we may
we
wanted to
never
know,
knew.
that we
Yeah,
never
we
knew.
weren't privy to.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So this is their time to give their history and their story without being on somebody else's platform, really making money off of it. Because really, that's all it comes down to. Because with them, it's like direct sponsors, like direct. It's everything is direct. So really, like the bag is there. They might be like, yo, if you start a podcast, we can da 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 da. Like
Yeah,
you never know
yeah.
what type of offers they get.
Yeah, management, all that.
You know what I'm saying? With these people, with like, you know what I'm saying, with people just popping up, like,
Barstool, FanDuel, all type of sponsors. Like, come on, man.
and
If y'all listening, I'm ready. Pull up.
and also too, that comes with on another note, that actually comes with networking as well. So, it's the same thing on every level. Now you just different with hierarchy of people.
Yes,
Like
sir.
you're dealing with different people. It's the same motion. You just dealing with different people. Me personally, I think it's dope. You know what I'm saying? They just
Me
stick
too.
to, as long as they stick to what they do and add in what's going on. Like, prime example, Joe and Jada. Like,
There we go.
prime example. Like,
Prime example.
prime example. Like, you got two different perspectives. Like, you got Fat Joe, the people who they be claiming Cap Joe, he be saying all the
The
wild stuff, whatever,
storyteller.
whatever.
The
Exactly. And
storyteller.
then you got Jada with the yo, 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 yo. Like, you got with that, like, and then with
Yeah.
him coming with real perspectives and coming with different, and how he breaks down stuff as well. And
And they
so
have guests
that
on when the guests come
mhm.
on too.
and 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 actually, like, the questions aren't like robotic and corny. Like, they're actually
Yeah,
like
it's a
they're
conversation.
yeah, that's like, it's real. So, like, that's a classic example. And I feel like once people seeing the Joe and Jada, like, I feel like that's what people gave the, like, okay, I'm about to do it. Because
See what this is
Joe Button
looking
is
like.
one person. Like, Joe is one person. So once you see Joe and Jada of their caliber in doing that, it's like, oh, now, yeah, we good now.
Good now.
So,
And I appreciate that too, because I feel like the role story time with Chief, each one teach one podcast, the role we play,
hmm
right, is
hmm
being able to have this conversation with Pyro before Pyro goes to sit with Joe and Jada.
yeah,
Cause it's gonna happen. And Pyro be like, yo, man, I was on my dog, each one teach one podcast like last year. You feel me?
hmm
He brought up that same thing.
hmm
For the independent artists on the journey, that's what we do
yeah,
here. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong, I had a few mainstream legends on Casa, Salute, but this
yeah.
home is for Pyro.
But they still on a journey too, though. Like, they
Mm,
still on journeys as well too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because even though, like, let's take for example. Everybody know him from Dipset, but now he's creating stuff outside of Dipset now.
he is.
He
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 is.
he is, right. So he may still use it as like his ticket to get in. Like, people know him from it. That's the hook and reel to get him in. Now, like, he could show them, like, his clothes. his new music.
You see that?
Is
Yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Like, yeah, hell yeah, bro. Like, hell yeah, bro. I
The
definitely been following
marathon.
what's this shit called? Cranberry and vodka. I definitely been
Yeah,
following that for a
yeah.
minute. So it's like, you know, I mean, making shit on his own out the crib, all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
So I
love
mean,
that. That's a great. I'm happy you said that, man. That's real. Like my
so
marathon's not over. My
yeah,
story's
so it's
not
like,
done.
yeah, they still, even though we know them from the golden days, but they still got dope, fresh ideas now. So like I said,
Fire.
like, yeah, like, you know, because they journey still going. Like that
Amen.
was just a moment in time.
Man, I can't wait. I got to interview on Casa again. Same shoe. I'm
Yeah.
interviewing Pyro again, right?
Hell yeah,
See
hell
what he
yeah.
up to.
Hell
But
yeah. Shout
yo,
out to
Pyro,
Earn, man.
I
Feel
need
me?
your opinion on
Uh-huh.
something.
Yeah.
Like a couple minutes ago, you spoke about not getting involved in family business.
Yeah.
Stay out of brother shit. When Cam and
Yeah.
Jim Jones, like that's
Yeah.
family,
That's
right?
yeah.
And
You
you
got
spoke about your team and the camaraderie of your team. You spoke about a poet that's going to be narrating your album.
hmm
And you spoke about hip hop and people being able to coexist in the podcast space, whether they're a legacy act in hip hop or a current hip hop artist.
yeah.
But right now in hip hop, there's a war going on outside. No one is safe from.
Not even if you 3 feet or 8'1".
Or 8-1.
Shout out to Ken.
Shout out to Killer. Nicki Minaj versus Cardi B. It's so out of hand. There's certain things I don't even feel comfortable repeating. The low
Yeah.
blows is different when it's
Yeah.
women at war. The low
But
blows are different. What's your perspective on this and why can't we all get along?
my perspective, number one, before I get into the real side of things,
Yes.
even though perspective is real, you know what I'm saying, but to
Yeah.
my thoughts about what she said, let me just touch on the perspective. So my perspective is that they've been put against each other since day one. Cause you got to just think back, came into the game, right? Rem, I want to say he was out and then she ended up, you know, catching that case, whatever, which put her away for a while. So Nicki was the only one. So now when Cardi comes, Nicki already done took over the game going on probably 4 or 5 years already. So now this is when Vine, Instagram first started getting crazy. So now we know Cardi as, you know, as the crazy Hispanic girl, whatever
Yeah.
the case is. So now 2, 3 years after she gets lit, whatever, doing the hosting of hip hop, boom, right? So mind you, at this point, Nicki is still going crazy.
Absolutely.
She's
Yeah.
still going crazy. So them two aren't crossing paths at all. They're not crossing paths at all. She's up here, Nicki up here. Cardi is just she's like walking the steps.
Yeah.
Like,
Of
you know what I'm
course.
saying? So it's like so right. So it wasn't none of that, right? So as soon as Cardi gets the Bodak Yellow record, that's when that's when the beef starts. Which I feel which is manufactured, which was which I
Okay.
which I feel was manufactured because they didn't really have no dealings before that. There was on two different levels. The only thing that they shared was there was the two it girls in hip hop.
Yeah.
So
Literally,
now
that's
what?
it.
So now, right? One's from Queens, one of them from the Bronx. One of them is Trinidadian, one of them is Hispanic. So let's break this down the hood. The hood shit. Like, the Caribbeans and Hispanics never really got along like that.
If they knew their history, they'd do better. But you're right.
So, right, but the people that's in power, that's puppet mastering, do.
Yep.
So, right, so now they meet up at the Met Gala, whatever, blows is thrown. So now it's all war at that point.
Yes, sir.
So before then, it wasn't really no beef. Cardi was doing her thing, Nicki was doing her thing.
They
He
do
had
different things.
my point.
They're
So
not,
it
they
was
do different things.
my point.
They can't
So
even have a rap altercation because Nicki writes her own raps. Nicki's a great rapper. not just the female rapper. Cardi B had 70 people or 20 people, 30 people helping her write for her great album. Cardi B's
Exactly.
not a rapper, she's an artist.
She's a personality.
She's a
She's a talent.
personality.
Yeah.
She's a talent. Nicki
Yeah.
Minaj is all of
Is an
that
overall
plus a
artist.
lyricist. Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
she's
they
an
can't even
actor,
have a
artist,
rap
all of
beef.
that. They can't. Like, they can't have a beef. So, which I feel is very unfortunate because, Nicki could, in a way, kind of like, not like school Cardi, but, kind of like,
Mentorship.
yeah,
Mentor.
mentorship. Exactly. Like, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
Cardi's
Like, exactly.
amazing. Like
Exactly.
Invasion of
So,
Privacy, in my opinion, was a classic album. I love
yeah,
listening to Cardi, but
that
I'm not
joint,
gonna listen to Cardi's diss track because
no,
I know she didn't write it.
exactly.
It's
So,
okay for her to be a personality, to your point. She's beautiful at what she does.
yeah,
And
yeah, and
Nicki
that's
is
and
a
that's no
pop
issue.
star.
There's no issue with that. There's no issue with that. But in order for things to keep perpetuating and keep going, they had to create that narrative. Now, right? So that, like I said, break this all the way down to regular life, like stuff.
Society.
Being society, like Queens, Bronx.
Borough
Caribbean,
Wars.
or there you go, Caribbean and Hispanic
That's
racial
a war
war.
that went racial war. Pyros.
So, bro, like, so that right there is like they know that. So, oh, easy. Let's just say she been talking crap about her. Oh, I haven't been liking her anyway.
There we go.
So now it's been a 10
Gasoline.
year.
Light a
So now it's been a 10-year beef,
for no
like,
reason. Y'all
for
both
nothing.
rich. Y'all both mothers. Y'all both wives. These are the things that are biblical.
But that don't sell.
Damn.
That
That's a
don't sell.
mic drop.
That
That
don't sell.
just drama.
Like,
We need
Cardi
drama.
Cardi wilding, doing what she doing, or you know what I mean, that actually pushed her album sales. Like,
Very true.
like, like when I want to say, like, when Nicki drops, or if she did drop, or when she drops, her shit gonna go up crazy because of that tweet that Nicki said. She gonna, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean, I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm not gonna say too much, but but when it comes to that tweet, let's just say that a lot of, if you know certain people, you know that to be true. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. Like, because, like, just like, I'm gonna break it down to, like, regular, like, neighborhood stuff. Like, if you know that there's somebody in the neighborhood doing certain things, right? Everybody talking about it, but only some certain people in only people in your neighborhood know, and it actually leaks out. Like, 9 times out of 10, all that
It's
was being said is true. So it's like, and you know what I mean? So, like, in the way that she was breaking it down, at, like, people was going, like, every time, like, people get mad, they'll go back to the hood and say da 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 da. Like, Cardi got people out here in the streets.
yeah, man. She's a member. She's a member. She's a member.
So I'm not saying nothing that's not already kind of like knowledge in the street. She just made it broad.
Yeah.
She just made it a world thing. This was already a New York City inner working thing already. This was already kind of going around as is, but it just wasn't, and all, you know what I'm saying? It just wasn't really, like, true, like, true to the fact of someone displaying it all how it was, because that shit is literally word for word somebody coming back to tell her.
Absolutely.
Like,
Gotta make
so
sure the people around you is
that right
trustworthy, man. And be
it's
careful what you
nasty.
share too. It's
It's
nasty.
Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty. Like I say
Nasty.
all that to say, like I said before, like I said, I'm actually gonna repeat it. That's like, you going through something in your neighborhood and people know about it, but you lit, you got money, and you taking care of people. So you tell your mans no one time,
It's over.
right? And then
It's
he out
over.
talking shit like, yeah, see, you know, he be such and such, he be out here doing this and that, da, 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 da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just throwing dirt on you because you told a nigga
At
no.
one time. And that's a
One time.
message. That's a message. I forgot the book I was reading, but they never remember the 1,000 times you said yes. They're only gonna remember the one time you said
Remember
no.
that one time you said no. So, like I said, like, you know, this boils down to regular stuff. Like this is
Man.
everyday stuff just with people who have status.
And
That
millions of
type of
dollars.
millions of dollars. But these are the same, but that goes to show we go through the same things.
We do. We
We
do.
go through the same thing. So it's like,
We all
so, you
human.
know, like I said, it's been like I like just me being around the industry in certain places and just walking past and being like, you know, just
You
hearing stuff
connected.
like,
Yeah, you
yeah,
connected.
like just hearing that stuff isn't surprising. It's only when the world gets a hold to it, that's when it gets amplified. Like so, like, hearing that type of stuff is not surprising because a lot of that comes with being a superstar. Like, a lot of that comes having an entourage, and that if you, especially if you're a woman and you married to a guy or whatever, if he not, and I mean, depend. I don't know what
Yeah.
he into, all that
Yeah.
other stuff, all that. Well, I don't really get into that, but like, you know, like if you got somebody who in that life and you got a status, it's like you got other dudes that's in that. So it's like it's a trickle down effect. So
Revolving
like
door that's never gonna stop. That's
exactly.
never
So
gonna stop.
once you stop it, that's when all your skeletons come out. Like, you know what
All
I'm
your
saying?
skeletons come out.
So it's like it's when you stop it. So it's like, you know, so it's like I said, hearing that type of thing and Cardi tweeting that, like, you know, it's really not surprising. It's very unfortunate, but like you know, like I said before, like some of that of what I've not say witnessed, but some I've heard people chattering, like I've kind of heard that before in the past anyway, but not
Damn.
really to that, but not extent, but you know, only thing will be like everybody done heard about Nicki husband and all that other stuff, so
Yeah.
it will really be more so about that
Okay.
about the extra stuff that Cardi said, now that was kind of news to me. But as far as like her husband being who he is and what he did, like that's
It's
people
public
talk
news.
about
It's
that.
out there. It's public information.
It's public information. And
Yeah.
some things is passed around before the public gets. So that's the
Yeah.
side of the industry sometimes that I don't like sometimes
Yeah.
because it's like when you hear things, it's like you gotta like obviously you definitely want to keep it, cuffed or whatever. But
Absolutely.
and also too, like you don't ever want to trust who it comes from because
Absolutely. Gotta
so
check your sources before you
it's a
start
lot of that.
speaking.
But so now that all this is coming out, I'm like, well, damn, like maybe I wasn't like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Man.
so that's like I said, that's like really like that's the part I hate because that like right there like is just something that is really not needed in the space
Nah,
of
man. Two beautiful women being
yeah,
creative, taking care of their families, man.
come
We
on,
don't need
bro.
all of
Like
this stuff. We do not need it.
nah, like nah, like you don't need none of that. Like because
When
that's
Nicki was
what's
on the come up, she said shit about Little Kim was doing to her. She's now
mhm,
doing it to
doing
Cardi, in
this
my
same
opinion.
it's the same, yeah, yeah.
The
And
shit that you got on your rise, don't do it to the newbies. Let
nah,
them live. You filthy
let them
rich.
let them go.
And you
Yeah,
a
let them go.
legend. Man, Pyro, before we sign off, if you had one thing to say to Nicki and Cardi right now to bring everything together and stop this nonsense as a fan and as an
Mhm,
artist,
mhm.
what would you say?
I would say get it together for the women in hip hop culture because you guys are pillars and a lot of the women who's coming into the game look up to you guys or actually grew up to you guys. So I would want y'all to get it together and talk it out and make great music because that's what we want and that's what they don't want. They don't want y'all to come together.
They don't want y'all to come together. Each
Nope.
one teach one. My
Facts.
man Pyro, man. One more time, angel numbers. Let the people know where to find you as we going up. And Pyro
Yo,
will be back. We gonna do this more often on a consistent basis to not only talk about his greatness, but all the shit happening in media.
yeah.
Pyro,
Woo.
the floor is yours.
Yo, so follow me on Instagram, PyroLucain. That's on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, Facebook, all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Angel Numbers is dropping October 15th on
Let's go.
Scribe Streaming, direct to consumer. I'm gonna have more info on that. And Almost Was featuring Neo Soul, the new fabulous NYC poet. You know what I'm saying? Neo Soul, that's definitely coming out next month. And her project, Ugly Era, is at the top of the year, 2026.
Working. All right, y'all. You know where to find me.
Oh, wait,
Wait,
hold on.
wait, wait. Pyro, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a collab project coming with my bro, Young Truth from out of Harlem. So I'm not gonna give y'all the name of that, but we almost done with that, and that's gonna be dropping in November as
Young
well. So I
Truth.
got two projects. Yeah.
Let's
Shout
go.
definitely shout out to Young Truth because he's definitely showing artists how to turn their 9 to 5 checks into into their investment when it comes to music and stuff like that. He helps like with the credit repair, like all of that stuff. So shout out to my guy Young Truth.
Man, I
He's
might need
on.
to interview Young Truth, man. I need his
Yeah,
help.
nah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So shout out to Young Truth. He was definitely on From the Soul on the track called Road I Chose. It's the opening track. So he's on there with me. So I got
In.
I got a
I'ma
new
lock
EP with
in.
coming with him. Almost Was with Neo Soul. Ugly Era coming out soon. New merch. Let's go.
All before 2026. It's up. Y'all know where
Yeah.
to find me. I know I've been gone for a little minute, but each the number one, teach the number one podcast everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
comment, subscribe if you mess with the movement. I appreciate you all. And I promise you will see more of me and more
Yeah.
of great people on the other side of the camera as well.
Mm-hmm.
Peace.
Yeah.
Pyro. Welcome to Story Time with Chief, brought to you by E1T1 Entertainment. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you enjoy the episode, feel free to hit the Cash App. Any donation is highly appreciated. Peace.